something very special in this second semi-final at the 888 Zenren Welsh Open. The world's #1 ranked player Mark Selby faces the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan, who seems to be back to his brilliant best in Newport this week. Now, Ding Junhui is already waiting in the final. The big question tonight is which one of these two stars of the game will join him.
Well, I never doubted my ability. I just knew that my mind wasn't in probably the right frame of mind to play snooker, and I accepted that. And now I'm giving myself a chance to play.
Every match I go into, I'm confident of winning. I believe in my own ability. I mean, I know that if I play well and play my A game, I'm capable of beating anybody.
You've got to scrape him off the table, you know. He's one of them players that's just never going to go away. You know, whether they're quick frames or long frames, he's prepared to battle them out and do whatever it takes necessary to win.
As a class act, probably one of the greatest players ever to play our game, so I mean, it's going to be a tough match. Obviously he's on form at the moment.
The world #1, you know, he's kind of well far ahead in the rankings, but he hasn't seemed to have maybe won the tournaments that really matter. And if you're world #1, you'd be expecting to kind of win them big events, so I'm sure he'll want to put that right.
Well, Terry Griffiths has watched both of these players very closely from the commentary box this week. Terry, what have you made of Ronnie O'Sullivan so far?
I think he's been one of the best players in the tournament. I mean, it's always nice to see him play, but it's just his style of play. You know, you always like to see him win, but he's got a very tough one tonight in Selby. He's starting to come into a little bit of form late on in the tournament, which is a good time.
And two very contrasting styles, as you say. Do you think Mark Selby has the game and the style to put Ronnie off his stride?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. He done it here in the final a few years ago. I think Ronnie was, 8-5, 8-6 up, and Mark Selby came back and beat him, and you could see that Ronnie was losing his control of himself out there because of the way Mark Selby was playing. But everybody's got a different style, and Ronnie's got to handle it.
Well, as Terry says, this is a repeat of the 2008 Welsh Open final, which Selby won 9-8, and it's still remembered here as one of the greatest games that the Welsh Open has ever seen.
I was 8-5 down, and I think Ronnie's played well the night session. I think the first session was a little bit scrappy and I was 5-3 behind. In the night session, Ronnie seemed to pick up his form and looked like he was going to be running away with it. And obviously, me being me, I just seemed to dig in and obviously like scrape some frames out. And I think I had a good break to go 8-all, and then I held myself together well last frame and had a good 60-odd break, what I can remember.
Mark Selby from 3 down with 4 to play. Produced an epic recovery to win by 9 frames to 8.
Well, good evening. I'm up here in the commentary position, and I'm just going to ask Willie and Darren, our commentators for this evening match, a quick question. First of all, Willie, what have you made of Ronnie O'Sullivan's form this week?
Well, like it was back those few years ago when he led 8-5 at one time. He's just come back from winning a ranking tournament in Germany, his first for a couple of years, and that's been the key for me. That's given Ronnie O'Sullivan the confidence that he needs to go on to win this tournament. Obviously, it's going to be great tonight because we've got the current world #1 against the people's champion. We just can't get better than that.
Yes, that's great. And Darren, I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think Mark Selby's going to have to do tonight to beat Ronnie?
Well, obviously, pop more balls than Ronnie is the obvious answer, but I think by Mark Selby's standards, you know, the start of the week, he's been a long way off his best, and he's already said he's been quite poor. He's gone through the tournament very quietly until last night, and against Stephen Maguire, he was absolutely scintillating, so if he can play the same as he did last night and maybe improve a little bit, and Ronnie a little bit off, he's got a fantastic chance, but it's a very good, intriguing battle to be savoured.
OK, Darren, thank you very much. Well, you've heard the expert views of our commentators. I'm sure the players can't wait to get out there and face the music and entertain everyone. So I'm going to hand you over now to our MC, our Master of Ceremonies, Rob Walker.
Thanks, Dominic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night in Newport, and this is the very last session of snooker before tomorrow's climax of the 888 Zenren Welsh Open. It's a rerun of an epic final from 4 years ago. So without any further ado, let's get the boys on the bass. Please welcome a player who can only be described as a genius with a cue in his hand, beating Judd Trump in fine style yesterday in the quarter-final. He's on a roll after winning the German Masters earlier this month. 3 times a champion of the world. Blink and you'll miss him. It's the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And his opponent, one of the most colourful characters on the circuit, beating in-form Stephen Maguire in his quarter-final. He won this title in 2008. He's a 2-time Masters champion who also won in Shanghai this season. The current world number 1, the jester from Leicester, Mark Selby!
Well, they're excited about this match here at the Newport Centre. I hope you are too. It's the best